So the executive order the president will release today is in exactly that direction, which is we need a comprehensive all-of-government framework to address the emerging risks and opportunities that digital assets pose. And the financial innovation underlying and the technological innovation underlying this boom has a lot of potential benefit, but the risks and the costs are increasingly becoming apparent, and we need a 21st century government structure to actually address this. So a lot of what we're doing here with this executive order is putting in place a framework to work across agencies of government, including independent agencies like the SEC and the Fed that have an important role to play, and put urgency and purpose around the core areas that we see as risks.
Part of the early take about the EO has been that the U.S. wants to maintain a so-called lead in crypto technology. Is that a fair assessment? And has that even been accentuated by what's happened in Eastern Europe the last 14 days?
Absolutely. The geopolitical instability and the challenges we're seeing just underscore the importance of the United States being at the front end of leading in technology development and in setting common rules and standards internationally. That's a role that the United States has traditionally played in international finance. It's both an important stability for the global economy, but important for U.S. economic leadership and U.S. national security leadership. And so we have to continue to do that. There's a number of steps we need to do to make sure that we're at that forefront, both in terms of building our own technological capacity and also accelerating our investigation and study of things like a central bank digital currency, which are important factors in this whole conversation.
Brian, obviously this is going to be a broad-ranging effort in covering all aspects of this new world. But is the energy usage of Bitcoin mining at all an element of it at a time when we're kind of wondering about being more efficient in terms of how we use energy and what we pay for it?
Absolutely. As we identify in the executive order, there are a number of policy priorities and risks that we need to mitigate here. First and foremost is consumer protection and investor protection. That's top of the list. Maintaining U.S. global leadership on this issue and technologically, as Carl just mentioned, and also making sure that we're doing this consistent with with goals towards sustainability and climate, and also doing this with a nod toward unintended consequences. This is one of the unintended consequences of the technological development, and we're going to need to figure a path forward to responsible use of digital assets that doesn't exacerbate consumer protections, doesn't undermine U.S. leadership, doesn't undermine our energy security as well. There's definitely pathways to do that, but we need a much more deliberate approach as we think about the regulatory apparatus here.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.